Broadcasts of the City of Neenah Common Council meetings are produced by University Studios of the University of Wisconsin-Fox Valley. Neenah residents can get information about City Council meetings, City Committee meetings, meeting agendas, and other documents via the City website, www.neenahgov.org. Neenah residents can express their opinions about city issues or about these broadcasts by contacting the mayor's office, contacting their city alderman, or by completing the electronic feedback form on the city website, www.neenahgov.org. All public portions of the meetings are recorded in entirety and are not edited for playback.
I would like to call to order the meeting of the Neenah City Council, Common Council for Wednesday, March 20th, 2019. Welcome everyone to the meeting. First item of business tonight will be the roll call. Roll call members will punch in on the roll call machine as their name is called by the clerk.
Alderman Boyette. Here. Bates. Here. Hillstrom.
Here.
Lendrum.
Here.
Erickson.
Here.
Lang.
Here.
Steele. Coons.
Here.
Stevenson.
Here.
Tammy.
It's not working.
There you go. There are 8 members present, 1 absent. Alderman Steele is feeling a little under the weather. She had let me know that earlier today, so we hope she's feeling better. So there's a quorum present. The Pledge of Allegiance, we invite you to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance that will be led by Council President Stevenson.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the agenda changed slightly. We are holding off on the introduction of our new Public Works Superintendent and Assistant Superintendent till the night where they both can be here. And we will move on to another exciting time for us, and that's the swearing in of a new firefighter, Josh Belk. I'd like to invite Chief Clone up. Welcome, Chief. You got to turn the mic on, Chief.
Somebody unplugged this.
Our new IT guy, Adam. Will
Thanks,
take care of
Adam.
that.
He doesn't want a pay raise.
All right. Tonight I'm honored to announce the newest member of Neenah Menasha Fire Rescue, firefighter Josh Belk. Josh will become part of a valuable team in which he'll have a great opportunity to begin a prosperous career in the fire service. Tonight's ceremony should be an extremely exciting day for you, Josh, and for your family. Out of 54 candidates, you were the one firefighter chosen to become a Neenah Menasha firefighter. This should be a great memory for you and for your friends as they've been by your side, rooting you on and encouraging you through this long process. Josh started his career by enrolling in Fox Valley Tech in 2002. He accepted his first job with the Brownsville Fire Department, and he was there for 4 years until he was hired by the Outagamie County Airport as a firefighter, until recently when he was hired by us. Today, Josh is here with his wife, Lindsay, and their children, Ava, Alexa, and Levi. And also, Josh's parents are here tonight, Debbie and Dennis, and his grandparents, Lowell and Sally. So we welcome them to the Neenah Menasha Fire Department family, and congratulations, Josh. And his wife, Lindsay, gets the honors of pinning the badge on to Josh. All right, congratulations. Thank you. You're welcome. And we will have Clerk Stern come up and swear him in.
All right, if you want to stand over closer to the microphone, raise your right hand. I, and state your name,
I, Josh Belk,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to do my duty as a firefighter
to do my duties as a firefighter
for the cities of Neenah and Menasha,
for the cities of Neenah and Menasha,
Winnebago and Calumet counties,
Winnebago and Calumet counties,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my abilities,
to serve my commanding officers
to serve my commanding officers
with respect and dignity,
with respect and dignity,
to serve the citizens of the cities of Neenah and Menasha
to serve the cities of Neenah and Menasha
with compassion, courage, and integrity,
with compassion and courage and integrity,
and to uphold the laws and constitutions
to uphold the laws and the constitutions
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
the state of Wisconsin,
state of Wisconsin,
and the cities of Neenah and Menasha,
and the cities of Neenah and Menasha,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Josh, would you like to say something?
I'd like to appreciate everybody here. I'm really grateful for this opportunity, and I appreciate Neenah and Menasha for this opportunity to be a part of your community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor.
Chief, thank you very much, and thanks to all the fellow officers who came by to show your support. And Josh, you are going to be part of a very professional, dedicated team. I've got the opportunity to work with these men and women here, and I see what they do on a daily basis. This city is very proud of our public servants, police and fire, and you're coming to a great team. So welcome aboard. Thanks, guys. All right. Introduction. And today, just so that girls and young man there, today's free ice cream day at Dairy Queen. So I think this deserves free ice cream. So it's only like a block away. So I would tell Dad. This definitely deserves free ice cream.
Take a break.
Thank you for coming. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Item number 2, introduction and confirmation of some mayor's appointments. Mayor Crawford's appointment of Sean Keepers to fill the unexpired term of Paul Sylvester on the Neenah Arts Council for a 3-year term that expires April 2022. Is there a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
There's a motion by Alderman Lang, seconded by Alderman Erickson.
Lindrum.
Okay. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no using the roll call machine, please. That motion passes 8-0. One more appointment, and then we'll swear in Sean. Mayor Crawford's appointment of Laura Kemps to fill the unexpired term of Trina Wolt on the Neenah Arts Council for a 3-year term that expires April 2022. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Alderman Stevenson moves, seconded by Alderman Lang. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no using the roll call machine. That motion also passes 8-0. Clerk Stern will come down and give the oath of office to Sean Keepers. Welcome, Sean. Would you like to say something before you get sworn in? We'd like to tell us a little bit about yourself, or we got your resume here and we're excited to have you on board.
Oh, I have a resume?
Well, the application anyway.
Oh.
So.
Well, I'm a Neenah High School graduate, 1982. Some years after college, I ended up in New York City and I started working for an advertising agency there. The advertising agency specialized in performing arts. And I started working for theaters and opera company, orchestras, dance companies. We branched out into museums and schools and libraries. The clients that I've worked with for the past 20 years have been people you've probably heard of. the American Museum of Natural History, New York City Opera, the Brooklyn Museum, Whitney Museum of American Art. People like that, and a lot of people not nearly as impressive as that. I moved back to the Valley in 2008 and have continued to work mostly for clients back east, but also branching out locally, and not currently full-time with an advertising agency and just sort of treading water as a freelancer and waiting to see where I end up. And in the meantime, I have an abundance of time to devote to the Neenah Arts Council, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Good. Well, we're happy to have you here.
Thanks.
Part of our Arts Council. Eddie?
Raise your right hand. I, and state your name,
I, Sean Keepers,
having been appointed
having been appointed
to the Neenah Arts Council
to the Neenah Arts
of
Council
the City of Neenah,
of the City of Neenah,
Winnebago County,
Winnebago County,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Wisconsin,
of the State of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully discharge the duties
and will faithfully discharge the duties
of a member of the Neenah Arts Council
of a member of the Neenah Arts Council
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you for very much for agreeing to serve on the committee. Just as a point for members here, I am still trying to fill one position on the Sustainable Neenah Committee. I'm trying to fill one position on the Board of Appeals. It's the second alternate position on the Board of Appeals, and also one position on the Loan Assistance Board. So if you do know someone, or someone out there who's watching, someone who has a little bit of time, maybe one day a week, would like one day a month, I apologize, one day a month to commit to helping the city out on one of these committees, it's a great opportunity to do so and help your community. All right, item number
Mayor?
3.
Mayor,
Go ahead.
I just wanted to make the council aware Sean is the person who has been volunteering his time to create the graphic design for the box wraps in the city, using the students' art and creating the wraps for us
There you
as a
go.
volunteer. So
Thank you very much, Sean. We could give you a really challenging project and do a box wrap of the council members. How's that? That would be a challenge to make us look good. But yeah, they're really going over well in the city of Neenah, so that's great. Thank you for your help with that. Okay, item number 3, approval of the council proceedings of February 18th and 27th, 2019 special sessions.
Move for the approval.
Alderman Bates moves.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Lundrum to approve those council proceedings. Any discussion, corrections, additions, or comment? Seeing none, all in favor will vote aye. All opposed will vote no, using the roll call machine, please. That motion passes 8-0. Tonight we have a couple of public hearings. Item number A is a public hearing. Consider vacating a portion of Lawton Boulevard between Elm Street and Reed Street. Is there anyone here who would like to comment on that potential action by the Common Council? Vacating a portion of Lawton Boulevard between Elm Street and Reed Street. Anyone here who would like to address the council on that item? Last call. All right, I will close that. That action is going to be taken subsequent to the referendum results of April 2nd, 2019. Item number B is to consider the 2019 Community Development Block Grant Proposed Use of Funds Annual Action Plan. I would open up the public hearing on the Community Development Block Grant Proposed Use of those funds for 2019. Is there anyone here who would like to address the council on the Community Development Block Grant funds and their usage? Anyone? Here you go. Welcome.
Hernandez, and I'm with Avacap, and you guys help fund our home delivered meals and our meal sites in Neenah. And so I just thought I'd come here and kind of tell you where we're at this year. Let me see. So far this year, which started June 1st for the block grant till this is through February 28th, we have served 10,821 meals. Okay, so that's both for the home delivered and also for the site that's in Neenah. I just wanted you to know, so in 2019, we started some new nutritional guidelines, which is really a good thing. So we're trying to get the most nutrients in that we can for the people. And also, I didn't know if you knew that when we do a home delivered meal, it's also a wellness check. And so what that does, if like we knock on the door and no one's there and they didn't call and say they weren't going to be there, we will, phone them and we'll try reaching them again. If we can't get a hold of them, we have their emergency numbers, so we call them. And if we can't get a hold of them or if we're suspicious of something, we'll end up calling the police for a call if like we can't find somebody. And so that really is important. Just last week in Oshkosh, we had somebody who had fallen and couldn't answer the door, couldn't get to the phone. And we called the relative, and the relative did go over there and check on them. It was in Oshkosh, not here in Neenah, but we do that here in Neenah too. So it's an added service. It's not just a meal. It's more than a meal. So. Okay.
Thank you. So 10,000 meals in about approximately 9 months?
Yes.
900 meals a month are served through your organization?
For in here.
In Neenah?
Yes. So total of last year, 2018, through all of Winnebago County was about 126,000. So, yeah.
Alderman Bates?
Thank you, Mayor. I was wondering, is this in addition to or parallel to Meals on Wheels, or?
People call us Meals on Wheels, but Avacap is the one that runs it.
So they pick up the meals at Theta Clark, or is that where?
They're different. Yeah, they're different. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. I know a lot of people call us Meals on Wheels, but we're called home delivered meals.
Got it.
So, but
Right.
yeah.
Thank you for taking the time and tell us a little bit about what you guys do.
Any other questions or? No. Okay.
Where are the actual sites in Neenah?
Oh, Harside. Yep. So it goes up and down. Probably averages about maybe 12 to 20, depending on what's being served. Beans are not the most popular thing.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming and sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it. Is there anyone else here who'd like to testify or address the council on the use of community development block grant funds? All right. Seeing none, I will close that public hearing. Item number C, a public hearing to consider rezoning land located at 140, 142, and 146 North Lake Street from I-2 General Industrial District to the C1 General Commercial District. Public hearing was held in the Plan Commission. This is a public hearing on this item. Is there anyone here who would like to address the council on that item? Rezoning of these properties. Anyone here? Seeing none, I will close that public hearing. Item number 5, Plan Commission report pertaining to the public hearing. Item number 8 is the Plan Commission meeting of March 12, 2019. Alderman Lang.
Thank you, Mayor. The minutes for this meeting can be found on the city's website. One item, the committee recommends council approve ordinance 2019-09, rezoning 140, 142, and 146 North Lake Street to the C1 General Commercial District, and I would so move.
There's a motion by Alderman Lang.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Coons. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no using the roll call machine. That motion passes 8-0. Thank you, Alderman Lang. Item number 6 is a public forum. Public forum is an opportunity for any citizen to come and speak to the council on any topic that they would like. We invite you to come share good, bad, ugly, whatever is on your mind. If you'd like to ask a question about the council, This time slot is available at each and every council meeting for the public to address the council. Is there anyone here tonight who would like to address the council on any topic? Okay, seeing no one tonight, I will close that. Item number 8 is the consent agenda. Is there a motion on the consent agenda?
Move to approve.
There's a motion by Alderman Lundrum.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Hillstrom. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye. All opposed. You want to, I'm sorry.
It's just a quick.
Okay, go ahead.
I wanted to make sure that the one street use permit that we were going to have for the, I think it's the duathlon, whatever, I can't pronounce that. They are being charged at the full rate at this point? Okay, because they didn't fall into the 501s, they were a 509.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? If not, all in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no using the roll call machine, please. That motion also passes 8-0. Item number 9, reports of standing committees. Public Services, the Special Public Services and Safety Committee meeting of March 20th. Chairperson Bates.
Thank you, Mayor. The committee recommends that the council authorize the issuance of a probationary license subject to the terms and conditions outlined in a memo from the city attorney stipulating outlined in the stipulation signed by Nicole Brisky, and I would so move.
Gotcha.
Second.
I got it. Alderman Bates moves, seconded by Alderman Lundrum. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no using the roll call machine. That motion passes 7 ayes, 1 no, 1 absent. Item number B is also the Public Services and Safety Committee meeting of Chairperson Bates.
Reporting from the meeting of March 12, 2019, the minutes can be found on the city website. Committee recommends council purchase 2 Protect Intruder G2 ballistic shields with LED lights from Strikers Milwaukee for an estimated cost of $2,150.50 each, for a total of $4,301 plus shipping, with funds from the 2019 police capital outlay budget, and I would so move.
Alderman Bates moves.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Hillstrom. Any comments, any questions on this purchase? All in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no using the roll call machine. That motion passes 8-0.
Then the committee had recommended council extend the provisional beverage operator license for Nicole Brisky through September 2019 and schedule her application review by the Public Service and Safety Committee on September 24th. And that's information only because we previously accepted it as a probationary license.
All right.
Right. Committee recommends council adopt final resolution number 2019-10 for installation of sanitary sewer laterals for properties served by sanitary sewers on Carolyn Street from Union to Van, Stevens Street from Congress to Doty, 5th Street from Clark to Lincoln, and I would so move.
Alderman Bates moves.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Lundrum. Council adopt final resolution number 2019-10. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no using the roll call machine. That motion passes 8-0.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much for your report. I just want to make a comment because the other 2 weeks ago, someone said to me, they said, how come you guys never discuss some of those items? And I said, I explained to them that, there's committees and the real discussion happens in committee. And if there's problems, if there's issues, they're worked out in committee. So most members' concerns if they have them, are done in committee, and many times when we come to the council, that's why there isn't much discussion. So for people at home who are watching, I just wanted to throw that in there because someone asked me. Okay? So we move on to item number C, which is the regular Finance and Personnel Committee meeting of March 11th, 2019. Chairperson Erickson.
Thank you, Mayor. Reporting out from the regular Finance and Personnel Committee meeting of March 11th, 2019. The minutes can be found on the city website. Item number 1, the committee recommends council create the position of Parks Supervisor at grade K on the salary plan, and I so move.
Alderman Erickson moves. Seconded by Alderman Coons. Any discussion? Questions? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no, using the roll call machine. That motion passes 8-0.
Item number 2, the committee recommends council approve to fill the position of Parks Supervisor, subject to the approval of its creation by council, and I so move.
Second.
That motion by Alderman Erickson, seconded by Alderman Coons. Any other comments or questions on this? This relates to the same item, similar item just above, but anyone have any questions? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no, using the roll call machine. That motion also passes 8-0.
Item number 3, the committee recommends council approve policy number 2018-04 regarding the procedures for cemetery lot use and deed transfer for family members that fall outside of the generation of ownership, and I so move.
Alderman Erickson moves, seconded by Alderman Coons. Approve policy number 2018-04. Anyone have any questions on this item? All in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no, using the roll call machine. That motion passes 8-0.
Item number 4, the committee recommends council approve writing off a total debt of $14,719.79 from past due accounts that are beyond the statute of limitations or otherwise uncollectible, and I so move.
Alderman Erickson moves, seconded by Alderman Coons. Questions, Alderman Bates.
Thank you, Mayor. I wish the Director of Finance could just tell us what the statute of limitations was, so we know that we're not just letting things go easily.
Sure.
Easily.
Actually, I think the person best able to address this would be Assistant City Attorney Adam, as he's the attorney and helped work through the legal aspects of the collection.
The statute of limitation is 6 years for small claims.
And about how many did we have in that category?
I think we had 10 that were, without my paper, I think we had 10 that were beyond the 6 years, and then 4 that are uncollectible because the person is unable to be located, or the entity is unable to be located.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then to follow up, Adam also negotiated payment plans with, I believe, 9.
8, I think.
8 or 9, and then there were 8 or 9 more that went to collection. So the majority of them we are still attempting to collect, but these 14, we simply had no ability anymore, and some of them are very old and appropriately should be written off.
Thank you.
And I can just say that over the past couple of years, Mike and in finance and that have been a little bit more aggressive in trying to clean up, trying to go back, personal property taxes, those types of things, and see if there's any collectible debts out there that we can try and clean up the books a little bit. So I appreciate the fact that they've been a little bit more aggressive. Alderman Coons.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to basically mirror what you've said. My appreciation for the fact that we've got another lawyer that we can start getting at some of these issues that have been hanging around for a while. That just takes some extra time. So I appreciate Adam's work and what he's been doing. And I mentioned to him before when I saw him in the hall the impact he's made so quickly and being able to take on some of these issues and doing well. So I wanted to at least say that publicly, and I hope to see more things like this come along.
And I would affirm that observation.
Good. All right, so there's a motion on the floor that the council write off some total debt of $14,719 from some past due accounts that are beyond the statute of limitations and otherwise deemed uncollectible. All in favor of that motion, vote aye. All opposed, vote no using the roll call machine. That motion passes 8-0.
Item number 5, the committee recommends council approve ordinance 2019-07, amending the Transportation Assessment Replacement Fee, or TARF, to replace measuring unit for assessing TARF and removing references to assigning TARF to tenants. And I so move.
There's a motion by Alderman Erickson, seconded by Alderman Coons. Questions? All in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no, using the roll call machine.
Item number 6.
That motion passes 8-0.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Item number 6, the committee recommends council approve the 2018 operating budget carry forwards to 2019 totaling $89,720 as submitted. And I so move.
Alderman Erickson moves. Seconded by?
Second.
Alderman Coons. This would approve the 2018 operating budget, the carry forwards, funds that are being carried forward to 2019 because they haven't been completed as of yet, but we plan on spending those dollars. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye. All opposed? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought those were the motion. I apologize. They were the same people, so. Are we waiting for? Okay. Alderman Coons?
Thank you, Mayor. My question was, and I asked in committee how we were looking overall budget-wise, and been told that we look like we'd be in the black. My only question would be if, as we moved along and we found that we were not, could we still take action to change this in the sense that any money that hasn't been spent yet to ensure that we were in a positive situation?
A good question. I will be coming to committee on Monday night with one amending entry to, we'll explain on Monday night, but it will create additional surplus within the general fund that would more than mitigate any issues. We're in the black, and we would look a little stronger with this suggestion I'm asking on Monday night. But we're again, it is certainly continuing to look positive year to year, and 2018 did as well.
Thank you. Thank you for your question. Alderman Erickson?
Thank you, Mayor. I have a question for Director Easker. Tonight I had a library board meeting, and there was some discussion on the carry forward funds from the library. Is that affected by this, or is there something that should be changed as a result of this?
No, it has no bearing on this specific action.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for your question. Anyone else? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no, using the roll call machine, please. That motion passes 8-0.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you for your report.
Mayor?
Council President Stevenson.
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up on Alderperson Kunz's question because it really is the underlying responsibility of council members to manage budget dollars. So the Finance Committee reviews financial packets quarterly, and should the council need to take action to control spending, the council always has that authority to manage dollars. So I was thinking about your question, and it really is a very pertinent question, and that is one of our major responsibilities. We do a good job of monitoring it. Committee staff does a great job but ultimately that is our responsibility. So yes, we do track those and have never had to limit, in my time here, have never had to limit people from spending dollars within a particular line item of a budget, but we do monitor and watch.
Okay, thanks for that explanation. Item number 10, Report of special committees and liaisons, various special project committees, and consideration thereof. Item number A, regular plan commission meeting of March 12, 2019. Council Representative Lang.
Thank you, Mayor. The minutes for this meeting can be found on the city's website. Committee recommends council approve the preliminary plat of the Cardinal Plat subject to comments on the preliminary plat review letter. And I would so move.
Second.
Alderman Lang moves, seconded by Alderman Erickson. Comments, questions? Alderman Bates.
Thank you. I was just, could you remind me how many lots this is going to be in the plat?
I'll let Brad answer that. I have a good guess, but I'm not sure it's accurate.
Brad Schmidt, our Deputy Community Development Director. Brad?
15.
15. Yep. Is there there's something beyond that? I know that we're not extending some of these streets, but in the future, this could be part of a larger.
North of this area is where Lone Oak would be extended. There is a potential for development to occur between there and Armstrong Road.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for the question. Anyone else? Comments, questions? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion, vote aye. All opposed, vote no, using the roll call machine, please. That motion passes 8-0. Item number B, Board of Public Works meeting of March 12th, 2019. Vice Chairperson Hillstrom.
Thank you, Mayor. The minutes from this meeting can be found on the city website. There's 3 council action items this evening. First one is the board recommends council award contract 1-19, sewer and water main and street construction on Caroline Street, Stevens Street, and 5th Street to Carl Bowers and Sons Construction Company Incorporated, Tacona, in the amount of $1,199,529. And the budgeted amount for that work was $1,157,350, which puts it about $42,000 over. But that amount is the water bid came in higher than was expected, so that's where that amount is. So I'll move to accept this bid.
Alderman Hillstrom moves.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Stevenson. Contract 1-19. Discussion, Alderman Bates.
Thank you, Mayor. I believe these 2 that we have here were, we had a good number of bids on them, and I was wondering if Director Kaiser would comment that how good a year it was for that sort of bidding process.
Well, yeah, on the contract 1, we had 9 bidders. I want to say contract 2, we had 8. It's, I think, a result of us getting these bids out early. As you know, we're working with the town on the Courtney Court project. They bid that out this past Monday. They had 3 bidders. So contractors are filling up in a hurry, and so I'm glad we got these in when we did.
Okay. Alderman Coons.
Thank you, Mayor. When you said before that some constituent wondered why we didn't discuss more, I took that as a challenge. So no, I wanted to just make a comment, ask a question. I do think it's great that we've kind of changed our process and done this bidding and laying these items out much earlier, which I think gets us better numbers, and I think that's a great process that we've done. This year, it's a double-edged sword in a way, in that as the snow recedes and we see what's happened underneath, we see a lot of roads that are deteriorated quite a bit more than we maybe anticipated. In which case, we've done this great job of doing all these things ahead of time, but it makes it challenging to be flexible. I think it would probably be difficult to be flexible in either case. So I'm at least glad we got the good pricing we did. But I guess I would ask Dr. Kaiser, from a standpoint, with these tough years and you see all these roads, how do we process that and evaluate that? And what do we say to constituents? And I don't mean to put you on the spot. I'm really looking at it more as an opportunity because there will be these questions because it's been a tough year.
It's been an extremely tough year on the roads. The mayor and I had a discussion on this last week, and I, along with staff, have been looking at some specific situations out there that really have, I don't want to say they're not following the rules, but the decline on a street is generally fairly predictable. This winter caused some streets to skip several steps in that decline and just dropped right off the ledge. This year is a road rating year for the DOT, so we'll be doing that this year. It's information I kind of wish I had going into the CIP process, but we'll certainly have that as we develop the 2020 budget and going forward. And I think some things are going to end up shifting around in order to accommodate what we've seen this year.
Thank you.
If I could just add, Alderman Coons, to your question, I recently have had some discussions with Finance Director Easker. I've had some discussions also with Director Kaiser, but Neenah is not the only city that experiences. We all the surrounding cities, I'm getting an unusually high number of contacts with regards to streets and that. People, I've asked them, make us aware if they see something that has now opened up or they now see. There's a recent, a little bit of a angle iron on Winnicott Avenue Bridge. A constituent brought that to our attention, that it had shifted during the winter and was now kind of up. So our guys took care of it right away and are addressing the problem. So I think we welcome and we hope that they contact us and tell us about these things. We know that now are aware of quite a few troublesome areas. I have talked to Mike about the possibility, even though 2019 we like to say is done, because we've already did the borrowing, I am going to be exploring some ways on how to maybe make some readjustments in this year's CIP so that maybe we could do more, maybe we could tackle on a little bit more maintenance, or work with Jerry and that to see if there's ways, because it might just be necessary in some areas of the city because of the degradation of some of our streets because of the unusually harsh winter. So, as Director Kaiser points out, so the CIP is just a few weeks away. So if you have suggestions, I'm all ears because if we could move some money around in that so that maybe we can be a little bit more aggressive in areas. But I don't want to spend good money after bad. If we're going to do a full blown next year, we're going to have to weigh those types of options. But I think it's a good point. And clearly, we're going to talk more about this as we enter the CIP. Okay? All right. So there's a motion and a second on the floor. Is there any other discussion on contract 1-19? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no using the roll call machine. That motion passes 8-0.
Item B, the board recommends council award contract 2-19, sewer and water main construction and street construction on Stanley Street, Stanley Court, and Thomas Court to Robert J. Immel Excavating Incorporated, Greenville, in the amount of $1,578,470.50. And the budgeted amount for this work was $1,760,400, so it came in quite a bit under budget. And I will move to accept this bid.
Alderman Hillstrom moves.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Bates. Contract 2-19. Anyone have any comments or questions on this contract? Seeing Discussion? All in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no using the roll call machine. That motion passes 8 to 0. 8 to 0.
Item C, the board recommends council award contract 3-19 epoxy pavement marking to Brickline Incorporated Madison in the amount of $54,217.70. The budgeted amount for this work was $45,000. We only had 2 bidders on it. And the additional $9,217.70 will be coming from the 2018 traffic operating carry forwards. So I would so move to accept this bid.
Alderman Hillstrom moves.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Stevenson. Contract 319 epoxy pavement marking. Discussion. Questions? Alderman Kunz.
Director Kaiser, when do we believe this work will start and finish? Roughly.
I would say that this work will probably be done in July and August. We generally give the contractors on this one a fairly open window so that they can use us as filler work when they're between state or other contracts. So it's a little hard to say exactly when that'll happen, but I would say July, August.
The reason I ask is, and I believe it's this work, and there's been other work, road work, where sometimes we run into the issue where it just becomes, they try to get it done so late in the year and they can't, and we have to shift it. And it's one of those, trying to avoid those scenarios, partly because, you know, if you're doing it on the last day you can, I'm not sure it's the best day to do it.
Yeah.
And it, you know, we've got the money, we've borrowed money, and we'd like to then spend that and get it, the work done. So is there any way of ensuring that they get it done in that time frame?
Oh, yeah. Actually, this is one of the earlier bids that we've done on this work.
Okay.
So we've gotten it out in the industry quicker than we have typically.
Fabulous. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for the question. All in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no using the roll call machine. That motion passes 8 to 0.
That concludes my report, Mayor.
Thank you for your report. Item number C, Community Development Authority report from the CDA, Director Hayes. Anything tonight?
Have nothing to report this evening, Mayor.
Thank you. Item D, the Library Board report is Alderman Erickson.
Thank you, Mayor. The Neenah Library Board met today at 4 o'clock. I would just like to mention that the Neenah Library is more than a place to just check out books and magazines and DVDs. It has become a cultural center for the city. So if you have a chance to visit the city website, or if you had a chance to go to the library and pick up their schedule of events, you'll see that there are so many things, so many opportunities for citizens to partake in. There are movies, there are concerts, there are lectures on various topics. There are art projects to do. So in addition to all of the library services that they offer a great deal of programming. And I encourage everyone, if they have a chance, to visit the Neenah Public Library and then also check out some books. Thank you.
We should have you do like a commercial because you're really good at that.
I just love the library.
I will mention, I talked about it on the radio show on Monday. One thing for folks out there, if you're having questions on your taxes too, taxes are coming up April 15th. They do have a day where they set aside time for help people with their taxes. So that's also going on at the library, correct?
Right.
Good. Then we have the Neenah Arts Council. Report from that committee. Alderman Erickson, Chairperson.
Thank you, Mayor. The Neenah Arts Council met last Wednesday at 4 o'clock, and I would like to remind everybody that March is Youth Art Month, and you can once again visit the Neenah Public Library and see some beautiful artwork on display, both on the first and second floor and behind the reference desk. there is some 3D art available to view. And the students in the Neenah school system have done a wonderful job. And so if before that exhibit ends, March 31st, I encourage you to go and visit. And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Any other committees that to report? Don't see any. Presentation of any petitions. There are no petitions tonight. Council directives. Any council directive anyone would like to look at? Unfinished business. Anyone have any unfinished business? Under new business, this is anyone have any announcements or anything else to come before the council? Alderman Coons and then Alderman Stevenson.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to look at the city attorney as I say this, so I stay within my. It is one where the council has moved to an electronic system, which has its share of challenges, but also some benefits. But what I find sometimes is I'm getting, particularly things that are closed session, in my mailbox. I don't check my mailbox very often because I have this now. And so it is one where if we are going to continue with this, I'd like to be a full commitment to it, and where we put everything there from a consistency's sake. I mean, it's just one point I got information the day of the meeting because I didn't know that was in my mailbox. It's not anyone's fault. I'm just saying. Just a question. We've had these systems for a while. We made this change. We haven't really come back to this and talked about what it means and any issues lately. Maybe it's an opportunity to do that sometime in the future, and maybe other people feel differently. So I throw that out there as a potential discussion item in the future.
I agree with you, Alderman. We're pushing towards that and working with information systems to come up with a system that can be done electronically. The problem is that there are enough gaps in security online that right now Director Wininger has not been able to assure us that it would be secure enough, but we're working on that. We were aware of that issue and we're trying to do better at it.
Thanks.
Alderman Stevenson?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. As I came back from my vacation, the mayor and I met after the Committee on Rules met Monday evening, and I got downloaded on all the things that happened during the time I was gone. And one of the things we talked about briefly was an introductory discussion about organizational assignments for the next council once the new council is seated. So one of my tasks Monday night was to send an email to Patty to get me the list so I could send it to all of you so that you could indicate your desires if you had any for changing. And I didn't do that until I saw Patty tonight. So I sent her the request. So once Patty gets me the list of duties that are the responsibility of the council to recommend and those that the mayor will be filling, I'll send that to all of you. I'll also include Stephanie Spellman as well. And I'll get that out to you. If you could return that to the mayor and I, that'd be much appreciated.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, if you're happy with your assignments right now, you can just tell us that. If you'd like to change something, tell us that. So there's going to be one change on the council. So we don't have a lot of wholesale turnover in that. So if people are pleased with what they have, chances are they can stay there. But if someone would like to try something different, let Council President Stevenson, I know some of these are my appointments, some are Todd's appointment, but we do kind of work together and try and divvy out the workload so that everyone has similar workload, and also to try make our best effort to put people on committees that they're interested in, that they have something in common with, or they like to learn about that particular thing. So we'd like to hear from you as soon as Todd gets that out. So just in addition to that, then, just as a friendly reminder, so in April, we'll have committee meetings like we normally do. April 3rd, the day after the election, will be a council meeting. And then the 2 weeks later, it will not be Wednesday night, but it'll be Tuesday night. That's that organizational meeting. That's by state statute. So everyone in the state has their meeting, as I understand it, that night on Tuesday, April 16th. So that will be we'll be meeting that night instead of Wednesday. So, okay, Alderman Coons.
Thank you, Mayor. Just one other question. There's mentioned the CIP. I have on my calendar written down CIP, and I don't know how it got there. I wanted to verify that date of that meet when that.
Oh yeah,
meeting is.
Director Easter.
Sure. The workshop, specifically, we've only usually needed to have one workshop for CIP.
For the 5-year, the 5-year CIP.
The 5-year CIP, correct, is scheduled for Monday, April 23rd. I believe that's the
Monday's
date.
April 22nd.
And it's Monday, April 22nd. And
It's not a very good one.
that was only one day off. And so that, and then
2019.
2019, yes. Maybe I was looking at the wrong year. So
That would not be the night of the national championship, would it?
very well could be.
Oh no. No, really. Okay.
Okay, so we, so that is the night of the workshop, and then
Yeah,
Common Council would meet on the, to approve the CIP on the first meeting in May, first council meeting in May.
All right, Alderman Coons. Alderman Hillstrom.
Thank you, Mayor. Just for those watching, could you let us know what the status is of the drop-off site right now?
That was my last thing I was going to bring up, so thank you. Jerry, we did push back a little bit because of the unfortunate 141 car pileup. We had about approximately 86 of the vehicles that we had stored until the insurance companies and that could get them out. So we did that and pushed back. Jerry, you want to explain where we're at?
We opened this past Monday. It's been very busy. So drop-off site is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday hours will not start until May.
So it is open, and I got stumbled a little bit on my radio show, but it is open. People are probably anxious to get there now with the weather breaking a little bit. So, all right. Anyone else under any new business? See, if there is none, we are going to convene into closed session for the purposes, for two different separate purposes that are outlined, and someone will make a motion and they'll explain these two purposes. As I understand it, we may return into open session after these two closed sessions for a short period of time to discuss possibly taking action on one of those items. So, just so folks understand where we are and so that the public knows. Okay? Is there a motion?
I'll move to convene into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin State Statute 19.85, Parent 1, Parent G, for
Second.
the reasons outlined in our agenda.
Second.
Alderman Stevenson, I think you should probably outline the first item.
We should take separate.
It's an entirely,
Yeah.
we'll take a vote on that, and then also make a motion after that motion on item number 16, so that we have that on the record.
So
in
my first
open
motion
session.
will be referencing State Statute 19.81, Parent 1, Parent G, for the purpose of conferring with the city attorney who will render oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted regarding the incorporation of a township in Winnebago County and regarding potential litigation against Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources relating to the certificate of completion due the Community Development Authority for completion of environmental remediation work at the Gladfelter Mill site.
Second.
There's a motion by Alderman Stevenson, seconded by Alderman Bates. All in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no, using the roll call machine.
We need to make a motion. System?
Right.
Ken, I did.
Okay.
Again?
Alderman Stevenson moved. That's okay. We can do unanimous consent on a roll call.
Law requires a roll call or
Law
else unanimous vote.
Okay. Alderman Stevenson moves, seconded by Alderman Bates. All in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no using a roll call machine. That motion passes 8-0. Item number 16, Alderman Stevenson.
I move that the Common Council will then convene in closed session pursuant to Wisconsin State Statute 19.85, Parent 1, Parent E, for the purpose of discussing bargaining strategy related to the acquiring property for parkland on Doty Island. I'll make that motion.
Alderman Stevenson moves.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Bates. Discussion? All in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no. That motion passes 8-0. And then, as I pointed out, the city attorney informs me we're not going to adjourn out of open session because that will leave us the opportunity to come back in open session and take action if we desire, but we will come back. Yeah, we will come back then to adjourn. So the committee will convene into closed session in approximately 3 to 4 minutes. Okay? Yeah, I got my.
Broadcasts of the City of Neenah Common Council meetings are produced by University Studios of the University of Wisconsin-Fox Valley. Neenah residents can get information about City Council meetings, City Committee meetings, meeting agendas, and other documents via the City website, www.neenahgov.org. Neenah residents can express their opinions about city issues or about these broadcasts by contacting the mayor's office, contacting their city alderman, or by completing the electronic feedback form on the city website, www.neenahgov.org. All public portions of the meetings are recorded in entirety and are not edited for playback.